Welcome today to the show. I'm your host, Prophet74. Today I bring in the 11 Dynamic XL. It's a big beast, so it doesn't fit the whole thing here. We're gonna take it piece by piece. We're gonna take it off right now, and we're gonna get it out the box out first. So let's go ahead and stick around, see what you get when you purchase like this, and we'll do a little measurements and a little mock-up too. So stick around because this thing does not fit in my whole desk here. I'm gonna talk a little bit first about what you get in the first and the inside. So right now it's look like brush metal right here. You get a couple connections in here. Your power reset button. Your power lights up, of course, you know. And then you get the 3.0 USB, of course. And then you get the audio jack. This is for the headset. This is for the mic. And then they get a Type C input in here. And then the bottom here it says M and G. This is for your lighting, I believe it is. So, and then way at the bottom, I have to twist this one. You get two more USBs way at the legs part of it. Really good, and it's all glass in the front. If you guys can see it, this is all glass. Nice and neat little glass. I don't even want to open it. I don't even want to touch it. I want to stand it up and see how the air intakes are in the top. Nice brush intakes in here. Glass comes off. We're gonna take the glass off in a bit, but all this thing is supposed to come off easily. So let's go ahead and move it to the side a little bit. Then we're gonna see the back. So we remove these. You don't remove them completely, but there's a button here, right here. I'm gonna see if I can tilt it so you guys can see it. All right, the button's right there. Button. Push the button. This one pulls back. Comes off. This is a mesh, so you guys could clean this up. A metal magnetic mesh. It goes up right over it, and this is where your fans are going to be in there, right? And there's plenty of space. I'm going to show you the inside in a bit right now, but first we're going to remove some more stuff. To remove the glass, you push it up slowly up, and it just remember that it has these little hooks at the beginning, all right? And these are important. This is where you're going to slide them back in there, so make sure you don't break it. And then you could take this glass too. Look at this, right in the front. Comes off. Look at that. Slides off. Take it off. Same thing. Don't want to mess it up. Let's go take a look at the inside. The inside. Oh my God, there's a lot of space in here. From top to bottom. Let's see. From top to bottom inside, you have about close to 18.5 inches. All right. Plenty of rubber ends right here, so you can actually get the cables out through here. This is an awesome thing. Motherboard. Let's mock up a motherboard here. All right, we're gonna mock up an old motherboard. It's an old one I have here. All right, and basically you're just gonna mock it up in here, and this is as a mock-up, so you can see exactly how much space you have in. It all fits perfect. You know, it's an old Gigabyte motherboard. Fits all the screws in that you need to. Main important one here. Main important one. Cable input for your motherboard could come through here or through here. Either way, water cooling system could be mounted in here. Fan systems could be mounted in here. Fans could be mounted on the top. And then the bottom, if you guys can see it, it has another intakes in the bottom. I'm gonna try to move it more. It has a more fan intakes. You could actually mock more fans in here. Power supply. There's plenty of room in the back for the power supply. We're gonna flip it over to the side. I'm gonna take the motherboard out. We're gonna move it to the right. See if we can mock it up. Now here's the place that I need you guys to see here. This is an awesome little thing. Let me turn on back the lights. And these don't come out, right? These are pretty awesome. Look at this. Look at this. Taking them off. Now these are for hard drives right here. If you guys can see it. These are for hard drives, and of course they're all tied up. You got to make sure you unscrew it first. Don't try to pull it out. Take it out. It comes out. The hard drive. Look at the bays. 2 bays. They give you 2 bays, and they're already preset with the SATA connections. If you guys see in the bottom, SATA connection way at the bottom. 2 of them here, and 2 more over here. So you got 4 bays here, all embedded in the back. This is one of the best things I like. Now, if you guys, I'm gonna twist this to the side so you guys can see a little bit better. This is where you actually mount the power, and this is where the power supply is gonna be at. Right next to the base, all right? It's right underneath of it. On the side of it, there's mesh too on the other side, so you guys can see in a bit. Of course, the box with all the rest of the stuff's in here. We're gonna flip it up to the back. Slides out. Get out. Look at this. I forgot to tell you these. Look at the magnetic meshes right here. Both sides. This is one of the best towers I've seen so far. Awesome tower, man. Now look at the cable management. Look at all this stuff. SATA connections in here. This is one SATA connection. That's crazy. Look at the USB connections in here, the bridges and everything, power buttons, all that's ready to go. It's just all mocked up within here. And of course, there's a couple of screws that you need to remove to get to the system itself. But we're not going to open that up today. We're going to probably open it up on the next one. But if you can see, all the cable management's all built in here. On this side right here, it's all set up. Cable free, you have a lot of room to do whatever you want here in the back. Especially cable management, which is great. That's one thing I want to do, so you guys can see a little bit more what I'm talking about in here on this side. So inside the cell, you can see the bays in here. If you don't need them, you can remove them too. They're removable. I like this that they have these little slots in here. Plenty of slots for a lot of things. Water cooling could be mounted right here, if you guys can see it. That's what this is for, pretty much. Put your water towers in here, your radiators. It could be either face up, face down. Plenty of fan cooling here too for the bottom. You want outtakes, and there's plenty of room. If you guys can see of the floor. I'm gonna actually put one corner so you guys can see how much space you have in here from the ground to here. So airflow could go in here really good. So far, I'm very impressed with this whole system. Let's go ahead and start from here if you guys can see it. I'm gonna take you a little inside. So the bottom part right here, you can mount a fan or radiator, and I'm gonna bring that up so you guys can see the size, the perfect size. So from here to here, it's about 14 inches, if you guys can see. 14.3, not bad. Plenty of room for fans. This is just the bottom part of it, and there's no disturbance with the power supply in here. It's in the back, so we don't have to move anything. Glass in the front, glass in the inside, plenty of tempered glass. Now LED lighting, I don't see anything in here for LED lights, but there is the cable here in here. In fact, you can see the cable right here connecting to the motherboard, and that's pretty much for control in the front of the motherboard, in front of the computer. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about for the controls. You can actually control it from the desktop itself. You could probably even turn it off. Plenty of connections here for, like I say, water mounts, water cooling systems. You know, you mount your pumps in here. Push it out to your motherboard, which is going to belong right here. Mesh on the top, mesh on the bottom itself too, and then we're going to flip it around so you guys can see some more. Start here in the back. Look at the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bays, and then you have this external one. This is an awesome one. I would prefer putting my video card in here, but because I might just mount in here so it could hold on to some more things, but I want to fill this up with a couple of items too. So this is going to be a big build. Of course, plenty of IO shield goes in here for your motherboard. Release button. This is the release button for the top when you pull it back. The screws don't come off from the other end. They just kind of loosen up. 4 bays, of course, and you get this bay, of course, here. This is your base, so you will actually have your stuff in there, extra screws and stuff like that. And we're gonna open it up right now. Let's go ahead and open that up. Right, so the box does not come with any instructions. All right, so they give you all this stuff in here in the box, sorted screws, a lot of sorted screws, if you can see it. Some rubber ends here, and these look like they're 3M connections, so not bad. Zip ties, these are actual Velcro, so they're not even zip ties, they're Velcro ties. So plenty of these connections to block out certain holes that you have in there, and also for cable management too. They give you some more stuff in here to tie down the cables, and this is a metal piece that I'm not familiar with it, but it pretty much looks like a lock. So we're gonna take a look at it. Fortunately, they didn't give it any instructions in the box. It is what it is. You get it as is. So you're gonna have to go online and download the PDF to actually get that information, to know where some of the features and some of the connections fall into. Security latch, if you can see it, I'm gonna loosen it up right here, and then all you gotta move is to the side, and then you can pull the bays out. If you guys can see, that's crazy. That's pretty awesome. I just figured that out because on this one right here, I didn't lock them in. If you guys can see them, they're not locked in. So we're gonna go ahead and unloose this, put it to the side. See? put it to the side, lock them in, and they're completely sealed. So we actually, if you guys could see inside the bay in here, there's SATA connections already, so they slide in there perfectly. These slides are made just for that. So something I like about it. Another thing on the bottom here, if you see this rubber end, this is where the actual power supply goes. So I'm gonna mock it up too. Let's go ahead and review. This is for the actual LED lighting, all right? This is the connection you connect to your motherboard in that control, which is right here, I was talking about. And this is to control LED lighting. All right, so I'm gonna explain to you a little bit. So there's 4 SATA connections for the hard drive, as you can see, 4 of them. But then there's 2 SATA power. Here's one right here, and the other one's right below here. So you need to connect these 2 to a power source. All right, SATA power, and then these go directly to the motherboard. This is for the actual hard drives that are going to be external from the side. And I pulled all the cables out. If you can see, this was a little difficult to remove, so I'm not removing it. I'm going to keep it as is. Here's all the connections you need for the motherboard. Then they give you, of course, the Type-C connection here for your motherboard, and then another one here. This is for the audio, and then there's another one hanging here, which is right here. This is for the USB 3.1, and I believe that's about it. There's nothing else in here, so we cover all the cables, and we're unpacking the back of it. We're gonna see we're gonna set this up, and that's on the next couple videos. Really good mock-up. If you guys like what you guys see, make sure you guys subscribe. I'm your host, Prophet74, and we are out.